guys, what's up? My name is Dylan. How's it going? This is DRHVISUALS. Welcome back to another video. Alright, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. I bought this phone about 2 weeks ago. I've had it for a little while, and I think that I'm ready to go review on it. And yeah, I think I've done enough on it now to know whether it's a good or bad phone. Now, just one thing, please excuse the noises. If you hear noises in the background, they're chopping down a tree down the road. So, sorry if you hear any noises, but I had to do the video today. Anyway, on the phone, I've got the Spigen Tough Armor case. It's super protective, nice and strong. It's metal on the back, nice matte finish. So if you're looking for a case, I haven't seen many cases on the market at the moment, but I will link this one down in the description. You guys can check it out. I think I paid about 50 bucks for it, New Zealand dollars. So I don't know how much you'll be paying for it, but it's pretty good. It's a good case. I'm glad I got it. And yeah, it's Slam Key certified. Sweet. Alright, let's get into the video. Alright, so I pulled up the specs on the screen over here, and I'm looking at the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, and I'm just going through some of the specs, and I've noticed that my phone isn't exactly the same as the one that they've got here. So, just to note, this is the Exynos version because I'm not in the United States, and I know there's a lot of conflict between the Exynos and the Snapdragons, between the speed and everything. People say that the battery drain is a lot worse, the speed on Exynos is a lot worse. That might be true. I haven't really tried a Snapdragon version, so I can't really say for myself whether it's true or not. To be honest, I haven't noticed this phone being slow. The battery drain is exactly what I would expect it to be. It lasts me a day, which is exactly what I want it to do. It's fast, it runs games smooth. I don't play that many games, but when I do, it runs them smooth. It runs PUBG 60 FPS, it runs Fortnite 60 FPS, it runs Asphalt 8 at 144 FPS. So it definitely holds up. It's got 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage. And yeah, it's quite a fast phone. So I noticed the Exynos 990. Apparently it's not a good chip, but like I said, I haven't had any issues with it. So if we look at the specs here, you can see that the storage on the Snapdragon 865 Plus edition has either 128 gigs or 512 gigs of storage. So I'm not even on the option. I don't even have the option. Like I've got 256. So I'm not even in there. So obviously this is an American site, but it's got the specs nonetheless. So we're just going to go through the specs, and then we'll talk about how the phone actually handles for me personally. So the battery, 4500 milliamp hour battery. Alright, USB Type-C. It's got no headphone jack. It's got the stylus, it's water resistant, stereo speakers, 5G enabled. I haven't tried that yet. 5x optical zoom. Yeah, we've got more than that anyway. So yeah, and then the price range is £1,179. Alright, so I paid, well, the price for this one is 2,299 New Zealand dollars is how much you buy them from, where I bought this one from. So yeah, I haven't paid the price that they're mentioning here. I've paid in different currency, so it depends on what country you're in, obviously. I don't think the Exynos version is cheaper. I don't know for a fact, but I don't think it is. I think the Snapdragon and the Exynos cost exactly the same, which is why people are complaining about the Exynos being slower. So if the Exynos is actually slower than the Snapdragon, and there is more of a battery drain, then they shouldn't be charging you as much as they charge you for a Snapdragon variant. Otherwise, they should just put a Snapdragon or an Exynos processor in all of the phones. But then again, they're bringing out the AMD chips on the new Samsungs anyway, so I guess it's not really an issue, so I'm not going to really complain about it. Alright, so the screen. This is the Ultra, so it's got 6.9 inches. It's an AMOLED screen, 3088 by 1444 pixels, so that's 1440p display. I run mine at 1080p because I want to use that adaptive refresh rate, because that then allows me to have 120 Hz. So that makes it a lot smoother. And to be honest, when I use my Note 9 with 1440p, there was a big difference between the 1440p and the 1080p. Like, you could definitely see a difference. But with this one, when you put this phone into 1440p and you switch from 1080 to 1440, you can't really notice that much of a difference. Like, this thing at 1080p is really, really good, and combined with that 120 Hz refresh rate is just mind-blowing. A beautiful screen, beautiful display. It's very bright, so if you're using it in bright conditions, you're not going to have any issues. So yeah. Alright, cameras. So it's got a 12 megapixel ultra wide, 108 megapixel wide, 12 megapixel telephoto. So Right, this is the part that I care about the most because I'm a photographer, so obviously the cameras are important to me, which is actually the reason why I wanted the phone in the first place. The main reason why I wanted this phone was because I like making TikTok videos and Instagram reel videos, and one of the things that's pretty important for those videos is the ultra wide lens, because it just looks really nice when you have an ultra wide lens to take videos with. And of course my Note 9 didn't have an ultra wide lens, so I couldn't do that. I know with the S20 Ultra, people had a lot of issues with the zoom and the focus and all of those things. I never had an S20 Ultra, so I can't exactly say what it was like because I didn't have one and I don't have one, but I haven't had any issues with this phone. The camera is insane, the quality is mind-blowing. When I compare it with my 90D, it's actually on par with that, so it's pretty good. Like I could take a photo on my phone and compare it with my 90D, which is like, it's pretty crazy considering the camera costs more than the phone does, and the camera is just a camera. It's not made to do anything else. The phone does a whole lot of other things, and it takes dope photos. Like that's pretty good. So I don't know, I feel like this camera is really good. Yeah, it's top notch for what you want it to do. If you're buying this phone for a good camera, you're definitely gonna get your money's worth because this camera is insane. Like honestly, it's insane. I'll throw some pictures up, show you guys what it looks like. Alright, so video capability, it does 8K video, front-facing camera, 10 megapixels. 8K video, I haven't tried it properly, but I've taken a few clips. It does crop in a little bit, which isn't the best thing, but I mean, considering it's 8K, like, it's not that big of a deal that it crops because it's still 8K and it's really, really good quality. So you don't actually lose any quality when you crop in because obviously it's got that fancy zoom lens. So the 8K is really, really clear. When you take videos with the 8K camera, it's incredible. You should try it. If you ever get your hands on one of these, take an 8K video and just watch it back. It's so cool. So yeah, the front camera is it's good. It's a good front camera, I'm not gonna lie. Feels kind of like what my Note 9 used to take from the back camera. So almost like if you took the Note 9's back camera and put it on the front here, that's kind of what it feels like. I will get the front camera out and aim it at the camera. Show you guys the setup. The amazing setup with no microphone. Yeah. So yeah, the camera is good, really good. Front camera is good, back camera is good. If you're buying it for the camera, you're making a good decision. The battery life, 4500 mAh battery, so it's smaller than the S20 Ultra. S20 Ultra had 5000, but apparently it's a new battery in the Note, so it's supposed to last just as long. And from the comparisons I've seen, they do last just as long. So they had an S20 Ultra and a Note 20 Ultra, and then they had a iPhone and all these other things, and the Note 20 and the S20 lasted the same time. So I guess they're right. I guess it's a new battery, so cool. I'm not complaining about that. As long as it lasts me a day, which it does, then I'm happy, because obviously I'm going to take a power bank with me anyway, because I take photos and cameras are very power hungry. So yeah, if you guys are going to be taking a lot of photos, just be warned, it's probably going to eat your battery up very quickly. But otherwise, you can easily get a day out of this, maybe even more than a day if you like play it smooth, because I use 120 Hz refresh rate, max brightness all the time. I take photos and videos, I edit on the fly, Instagram all day. I've got uncapped dots on here, so I'm literally on this phone all day and it doesn't get a break. So considering that it lasts a day without having a break, I'm pretty sure you could get more than a day out of this phone if you had to actually try and get a day out of it. I like the phone, it's awesome. The S Pen, I use the S Pen because I can take notes quickly. I'm doing up a van right now, so to take notes of things that of the money that I'm spending on the van is easy. You just write it down. So you write head gasket, and then done. Now I can save that and just push the S Pen back in and it's saved. Done. Saved to notes. So now when I want to go back and see how much money I've spent on my van, I can open up my notes and there it is. My price is done. My price is right there. I can see how much money I've spent in total on my van once it's finished. One day. Expandable storage up to a terabyte. I didn't even mention that. It's pretty cool. You can have a terabyte memory card in this thing. Imagine what you do with a terabyte of space on a phone. I mean, I've already got like tons of space left on this thing after installing all my apps. So yeah, I've pretty much got more than what I had on my Note 9 free after installing everything that I needed plus music. And if you guys know me, you know that I love my music. So yeah, fantastic. We're running Android 10, so if you're a software guy like me, that's cool. Android 10 is awesome. I got the phone in white, so if you guys haven't seen my unboxing video, you can go check it out down in the description. I'll show you guys how it looks. So that's what it looks like. Pretty cool. It's kind of shimmery, so if you like hold it up against sunlight, the sun will reflect and it'll make these cool little like rainbow colors on it. So that's cool. It's not really a fingerprint magnet, just like I thought it wouldn't be. I mentioned that in my unboxing. I said that I didn't want to get the black one because it was going to be a fingerprint magnet, and this one really isn't. Like, I can handle this thing a lot. I haven't actually cleaned the back. Like, you can't tell. I can't actually tell that I've been using it. I just put it straight in the new case that I got and kind of forgot about it. So yeah, and I'm doing the same thing right now. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, follow for more. No, not follow, subscribe for more. See, I'm too used to TikTok and Instagram right now. Yeah, I want to upload more to YouTube because I feel like I haven't been uploading to YouTube enough. So if you guys want to see more videos, hit that like button, drop some comments, and we'll make a new video soon. I think I'm doing a review on this thing. You guys know? What do you think? Should I do a review on this watch? Let me know in the comments. Cheers!